What's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 18 Speculation Saturday, episode 2. Last week we did it. We talked about stocking up on elites. You made a ton of coins if you sold them right when flashbacks were announced, Thursday night or Friday morning. Of course, now they've pretty much rested back to where they were. That's unfortunate. But we'll talk about what to do with those elites, which I kind of talked in the last video, what to snipe now, and what I think will happen with the market as this next week unfolds. So we were feeling good about ourselves, right? We're like, you know what? These flashbacks, eventually these elites are going to have a lot of value. And then EA did that. So they changed it. They changed it as they dropped the flashbacks. Is that scummy? A little bit. A little frustrating, but overall, if you sold it like right when they dropped it, you still made a ton of coins. If you sold a bunch of your cards, you still could have made such a profit. If you weren't able to be on, like normal people working, then you missed out on all that time to sell, which a lot of times does happen during the day. Weird things happen. EA has good, packs where they're juiced on accident, that sort of stuff that happens right when they drop. But you see 4 golds, 4 silver tokens, and an elite token. The elite token at the time when I released my video on Friday was going for a ton. The 84s plus were going for like 20K. The 82 to 83s were going for like 11, and the 80 to 81s were going for like 5. Well, they've fallen back to where they were before, and we'll talk about what to do now that we've kind of missed that window if you're sitting on those elites, golds, silvers, I guess. We'll talk about all that, what to do with it, and where to snipe, what's the way to snipe, and it will be like a 10-minute, 12-minute video, I hope. It's not going to be a longer video, even with that crazy long intro. So the one thing that I will say is, since elite tokens are coming back down to earth price-wise, if you upgrade your uniforms, your stadium, and your coaches, Seattle, you can get KJ Wright to 91 zone. The linebacker for the Seahawks, you can get him to 91 zone, as well as Byron Maxwell. So you can pick up him as well and have I would say cheap, but that's going to cost you probably, what, $500,000 just to do. But if you're actually running an all-Seattle team, it is something to think about, that you actually, if you're actually trying to run a crazy, the defense is going to be legit with Earl Thomas. You're gonna kim him up to probably be like a 94. I don't think he'll get to a 95. Maybe he would. With all those +1s in read and react, Seattle chemistry would get that +4 play rec, +4 awareness. Yeah, he might actually get to a 95. KJ Wright probably going to get to a 95, maybe a 96. No, probably a 95. I don't think he'll probably Thomas will be a 94. I'm kind of curious if anybody's done that. Seattle, run an all-Seattle team, or just running enough where you get Seattle chemistry tiered out, get the coaches, the uniforms, all that, tier 4, and then you have 91 zone KJ Wright, 91 Sherman, 91 zone Byron Maxwell. You got, obviously, Earl Thomas has 91 zone. That team looks disgusting. And you got Russell Wilson at quarterback, Doug Baldwin, Jimmy Graham. Ugh, oh my goodness. Or if you just want to run some Seahawks, like that team could be so good. There's some good cards there. If you want to be different, KJ Wright, I wouldn't say is different, but that Byron Maxwell with 91 zone, that would throw people off so much. Anyways, and they don't plan on changing those thresholds, I guess I've heard. First up, whenever you start sniping, it's good to note what they're going for. So all you have to do is go simply 80 to 81 and find out what. Now, I'm not if you're sniping 80 to 81s. What you will find is that 80 to 81s are going for around 3,900. Do you see this jump? 36. Yeah, we knew that would sell. 39 did not sell. There's a lot of 39s here. So a bunch of people are trying to sell them for 39. So you didn't see it. You say not sell, that those did. So 38 is probably a guarantee. Like almost 100% will sell. 39 looks to be probably about 95%. Anything above is going to be much lower. But you definitely could sell them depending on the card. So if you're sniping 881s, which I'll talk about why that's important here in a second. If you missed any of my recent sniping videos, I'll talk about that. 82 to 83s. They haven't went up. It's just a little. Look at how much time these cards have. Okay, so that one sold at 7. This one has 239. I'd be interested to see if this sells. I think it will. So I think you can go over 72. 71 sold. Look at the ones close to expiring if they're selling. 8 did not sell, which is not surprising. But I think you're gonna find that you can probably all these 75-ish ones will sell. There's a 77, but they get a bid at 72. The 75s I think will sell. And that's about where you're going to find it. You just kind of have to sit here and see what they're selling at. 71s are all selling, which is nuts because if you just go to Chiefs, I bet we have a cheaper one, 6,200. Oh, there we go. 6,500 Alex Smith. It just got dropped, though. That's not a great. 6,800 Alex Smith, 69, and somebody just paid 71. You know, like it's silly. It's silly. People don't understand how the auction house works still. Come on, guy. Well, actually, no. Don't come on. No. Actually, keep doing it. I know it's not feasible for every single person to watch my video. That would be awesome, though. But again, then you wouldn't have anybody to take advantage of on the market. 84 to 85s, 14.5. There's not a single 14.5, so that looks guaranteed. 14.750 looks pretty solid as well, because then there's none at 14.750 besides Rudolph with 7 minutes. So almost 15,000 for those. So that's not too bad. And then once you get past that, there's not really any sort of pattern. So the reason I go over this is simply, a lot of filter I do is something along those lines where you go just elite. You don't sort by overalls, and you just go team by team. What you need to see, though, this needs to say 59. So you see how it says 54? There's a lot of things you can do. You can throw a letter in, go by chemistry. I don't think that's going to be very good. But go all offense, all defense. That's usually what I do. All offense, and now you see, now you got 59, 7 hours. Great. And then you can just go team by team and have a great time making a bunch of coins. Look at Bengals, though. Not good. You don't see 59. So you got to keep going. Keep going. There you go. So Bengals, you want to skip those. I think the Chiefs are in that same thing. You want to see that 59 minutes. You want to see the newest cards being posted at all times. 5,900 is probably a pretty good price there. You probably can sell them for like 76, like we just looked at, 75, 76. But yeah, so really easy. Just go buy it. That's not the main part of this video, though. It's the speculation. I do think you can still snipe really easily with that method for sure. But let's talk about what should we do with elites, what should we do with golds, and then so forth. So 75 to 79s are interesting because 75 to 79s for a lot of teams, they're going for like 3,000, 4,000 coins. So which is great. It's great for you if you have a full binder. It's not great if you actually need to make gold tokens. Look at these. They're absolutely ridiculous. And you're going to pay a fortune to get these done or try to snipe them the whole time, and that's just not fun. So like 3,000, like this is going to sell in a few seconds. And I don't really, you can sell it for like close to 4,000. Not going to make a whole lot. But what a good method is of making coins is simply doing this team by team. See, if you sold it for 4, you're making 600 coins. Not much, but go team by team and make a bunch of coins that way, just going 75 to 79. It's super good, but what's even more interesting about this is where the speculation comes in, or really not speculation. It's pretty straightforward. Your 75 to 79s are at an all-time high, all right? They're not going to go higher. I'm sorry. They're not going to go higher. I don't see any scenario where they go higher. The only thing is the Chiefs went down because I guess just more Chiefs are being posted. They were going for like 6, 7, or just less people needing the Chiefs at this point because of the level up pack Eric Berry you get or something like that. So the Chiefs have come down, but that's almost irrelevant because that's a weird one. It's just because that Eric Berry. All these cards are at an all-time high, all right? All-time. Sell. Sell, 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 sell. All 75 to 79s. If you have them, sell them. If you can fill up your auctions with 75 to 79, great. Because I'm telling you, everything else that I tell you is more speculation. This is more like just straightforward. There's no sort of speculation. It's like, how do they go up at this point? They're so high. It's sort of speculating. They're not going to go up, but how hard of a prediction is that? You know what I mean? So 75 to 79s, so good, sell them. You could say the same thing about 70 to 74s, but they're just not that expensive. For some teams, they're more expensive. Other teams, they're not. Like maybe the Colts might be. I think that the reason I think the Colts is because, yeah, the 75 to 79s are actually cheaper than the 70 to 74s, but they're so expensive. If you have Colts, some of these are worth a lot more, but most of them are worth like 1,000, 1,500. So they're not too much. You could hold on to the 70, 74s if you want. Like, what is this? Like, we'll buy that. We'll get it. We'll sell it for, what, 42, 4,300? And, yeah, that's pretty easy. I mean, that's great. Dolphins are worth a lot. I'll just throw it up for 42. I think I could probably sell it for 44 maybe, but whatever. All right, I sold Jared Cook for 26. Oh, Greg. Oh, he already sold. So maybe I could have sold him for more, Yeah, I made 1,200. He was up for over a minute. But anyway, go through your golds, sell them all. Sell them. No speculation needed. They should be sold. Now, when the speculation comes in, and maybe this is too straightforward, your 80 to 84, 85 elites, you stocked up on them. If you haven't sold them, I think, in my opinion, again, I think you should still sell them. The problem is that there is no foreseeable way that we can see it in the present moment of how they go up in price. The flashbacks were what we were holding on to. There's nothing else. I mean, if elite tokens, I guess, somehow got relevant with other things they dropped, it could happen. But 80 to 81s especially, they can't be too expensive because there's only 3 of them. That's only a third of the entire elite token. So it's, unless you can be on right when a promo drops and you see like when people are buying everything, it's really hard to imagine them going up in price. So 80 to 81s, I think you should just sell them all. Sell them for $3,800, $3,900. If you're on PlayStation, maybe you can get around $4,000. You know, it's pretty much the same. Sell them. 82 to 83s, selling for 76, 77, 78. Some of them will sell for like 8, 85. Sell them. All right, sell them. If you're not sure, look on Mutthead. See what they're selling the most or selling for. It's real easy to look up on mutthead.com/prices. This is not sponsored by Mutthead, but they are great. 84 to 85s, 14.5 looks to be guaranteed on Xbox right now. Again, you could simply just go 84 to 85, go buy now, see what the price is. 15,000 looks decent, but you might not sell it. If you want to sell everything at once, I would probably just put it at 14.5 so you can get it out of your binder, make some coins. Depending on how many coins you need, like right now, I'm not any urgent need to make coins. No money spent, 90 overall, that's what's up. But you might need coins, and I would say just put them up for 14.5, use those coins for something else. And then after that, it's tough. So Thursday night cards have went slightly up, which I said last week. Thursday night cards are great investments. You got a running back and an outside linebacker. I'm not surprised they've went only slightly up because they were so high. They never really went too low. And they weren't like a running back. David Johnson is not like a card we really needed. If you got like a, what is it, like a right guard maybe? Like we don't, like if you got a right guard and you've seen him for like 400K Thursday night and he's like, do we even have any good right guards? Like that's one that you would cop and you would say he's going to go up to 700K. So that's one position. Free safety. If you get a free safety, how high can he go up? Bird. Like has he went up maybe a little bit? But you have so many free safeties. So that's something you got to think about when investing is it a position that would make sense to go up? Is it the best card at the position? You know, is it, limited time best at the position is going to go up in price. It's just going to happen unless they drop a better card shortly after, which is unlikely anyway. So Thursday night cards, still a great investment. Sell all your golds, definitely. I would sell all your elites that you can sell. I don't think you hold on to them at this point. What are they going to drop? They could drop something to raise elite tokens, I guess, but it could happen. But there's nothing in, like, we don't see it. And now if EA is watching this, they might do it. So if you want to, like, sort of fake them out, then go ahead and hold on to them. But if you have a bunch of coins, you could do that. But if you're holding on to, 500K and you're like, I got all these elites, sell them. Just sell them. I would say just be done with it. We'll look on what to do next with elites. When you're talking about things to invest in, I wouldn't say investing, but snipe golds, snipe cheap elites, snipe middle elite. I mean, if you want, I feel like the cheap flashbacks right now will probably go up a little bit in value. I'm not sure if they've already rebounded a little bit. They were getting so cheap that they might go up a little bit. You could look into those because people are pulling those Cameron Wakes. Like, he's a really good card, Ryan Kerrigan, really good card for cheap. But there's so many on the market, supply, demand, it's going to be hard for that to rebound much. So I don't really see anything investment for this week except more about what you need to sell. So hopefully that was informative. I hope it was. Hopefully it made some sense, and hopefully you can get some sniping tips out of it as well. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe. Basically, a lot of it is about overpricing and being able to spot good deals and make small profits at a time to build an empire of coins. 3.7 million, 90 overall, no money spent. Not too bad. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are absolutely awesome. That's all I got. If I missed anything, if you have any speculations, if you say it in the comments down below, I will pin it. So if you're watching right now, if you have something you think, and I'm like, you know what, I missed that, or that's a good idea, I will pin your comment for others to see if you want to let the world know. But thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma, out.